Chinese BL dramas are not supposed to exist in 2025, not openly, not officially. And yet, they keep slipping back onto the production slate. Sometimes it's through cross-border co-productions. Sometimes it's a retro crime story that avoids the BL label. Other times it's a remake of a classic, disguised as just another youth romance. In this video, we're looking at 5 upcoming adaptations, each with its own strategy, each with its own risk. From pond reunions to gangster triangles to Bangkok road trips, the pattern they reveal is bigger than any single title. The first project on the list is Falling into the Pond, a novel by Yu Cheng that has just entered production. Filming officially started this September 2025. It's a classic broken mirror reunion. In their school years, Chung Feiqi is a poor but brilliant top student, while Ye Qin is a pampered young master. After a misunderstanding, Ye Qin sets up what he thinks is just a prank, a fake romance aimed at Feiqi. But the game turns into real love, and when the truth comes out, both of them are left shattered. Feiqi leaves the country, while Ye Qin's own life collapses. 5 years later, they meet again. The roles are reversed. Feiqi has become successful, while Ye Qin has hit rock bottom. Old wounds reopen, and the story pushes from campus into adult life with entertainment industry threads, mixing betrayal, angst, and redemption with the promise of healing. The novel itself is over 400,000 words long, and it's famous among Danmei readers for being dramatic, bittersweet, and packed with dog blood tropes, the kind of story that fans say hurts, but in a way they can't stop coming back for. It even spawned a full audio drama, which has already built a loyal following. On the production side, the drama is backed by Tianjin Heguang Media and Hunan Duolaimi Media. The chief producer is Qi Li, who also worked on Meet You at the Blossom and the upcoming To My Shore, which was adapted from the novel Four-Faced Buddha. With filming already underway, this is one of the closest projects on the list to becoming reality. On the fandom side, the official super topic reminded readers to stay calm. No casting rumors, no leak speculation, no overreactions, highlighting just how sensitive BL adaptations remain. And in terms of how it's allowed, Falling has already been licensed under Changpei's foreign distribution deals. By framing it as an overseas project, the production gains cover against domestic restrictions, while still keeping the door open to global audiences. The second project on the list is a remake of A Round Trip to Love, the 2016 BL film based on a novel by Lan Lin. This time, it's being developed as a full drama series, but production notices describe it only as a confidential project. Anita is listed as producer, with filming scheduled to begin in October 2025. The story follows the bond between a top student and a rebellious young master. In school, they fall in love, but when their relationship is exposed, everything unravels. The young master injures someone while trying to protect his lover and is forced to go abroad. Letters never reach their destination, leaving the two completely cut off. 5 years later, they meet again. The once rebellious youth has become a powerful CEO, while the top student has grown more cautious and insecure. Their reunion sparks both longing and new misunderstandings, including a painful rift caused by a drunken incident. Only after more separation, a near life-and-death misunderstanding, and years of struggle do they finally reconcile, forgive, and choose to walk forward together. The casting sheet even outlines secondary roles: a younger brother who becomes the top student's fiercest supporter, and a straight friend whose hidden feelings eventually blossom into love of his own. Together, the character web promises the same intense emotional push and pull that made Lan Lin's stories so popular among readers. On the production side, the drama is being kept deliberately low profile. Labeled only as a confidential youth romance, with no BL tags, this is another case of producers disguising the content to slip past regulators. With filming set for October, the remake could be one of the next major Lan Lin adaptations to reach the screen. The third project on the list is Children's Day in Third Year of Middle School, a novel by Shexi Diandian that has already expanded into multiple formats and is now confirmed for live action. Set in a fictional Kowloon-walled city in the late 1980s and early 1990s, it mixes triad drama, business intrigue, and police corruption with a central love story. At its heart are Xiao Liuyi, a feared gang enforcer with a violent past, and He Chusun, a brilliant but calculating student who hides a ruthless streak beneath his quiet surface. Their relationship begins in shadows, shaped by loyalty and betrayal, and plays out against a backdrop of danger and survival. The novel has already built a strong following, with Adaptations helping it grow. A popular audio drama launched in June 2025, with Lu Jiqing and Jingshang Shuyi in the lead roles, quickly passing 4 million plays. A parallel voice drama on Himalaya added another 3 million streams, praised for its gritty Hong Kong movie atmosphere. Fans especially highlight moments like the rooftop confession, the wiretap confrontation, and the now iconic brush your teeth next time kiss scene. On the live-action side, the project is being developed as a China-Thailand co-production. Casting sheets describe one lead as a high IQ elite with a restrained demeanor, and the other as a tough, scarred gangster with unshakable loyalty. A secondary pairing involves a cold, rule-bound law enforcer and his roguish undercover subordinate. Filming is expected to begin in Thailand in November 2025. For fans, the buzz is already huge, with hashtags trending around the R361 couple and floods of fan art, edits, and memes. But the production will also face heavy challenges. The story's gangland backdrop, violence, and darker sexual themes will test just how much of the original can make it to screen. That may explain the strategy here. Framing it as a cross-border collaboration, branded simply as a crime and romance drama, gives the producers a way to move forward while dodging the stricter labels of a domestic BL. The fourth project on the list is City of Angels, adapted from the Danmei novel by Jingan Road No. 1. The story is set in Bangkok, Thailand, nicknamed the City of Angels, and it weaves together freedom, love, and the weight of past trauma. At its heart are two characters. The first is Ah Chong, tall, handsome, a little dangerous, born in China but raised in Thailand. He's lived like a drifter, changing jobs, chasing pleasure, and never giving his heart away. Then there's Ning Yu, the perfect student, always praised as other people's child, but quietly starved of affection. On a trip to Thailand, he meets Ah Chong, and what begins as a fleeting encounter becomes a love he can't forget. Ning Yu eventually moves to Bangkok, determined to chase after him, and the story follows their messy, magnetic bond. The novel was already a hit with Danmei readers, but it exploded in audio form. The City of Angels radio drama, produced by Echo Resonance Studio and released on Malware FM, surpassed 10 million plays by August 2025. Its theme song, Weightless, even sparked a fan contest where people submitted covers, dances, and instrumentals. Offline, fans held banner events and meetups to celebrate milestones, and famous quotes from the story, like, "Even if you're only my boyfriend for one day, I still love you," have become rallying cries in the fandom. Now the adaptation is moving to live action. In June 2025, the official drama account announced production, with an open global casting call. Chinese speakers and Thai-Chinese mixed heritage actors were listed as a priority, signaling this will be a China-Thailand co-production. It's a clear strategy. By setting the story abroad, producers can avoid labeling it as domestic BL and still serve the global market. No release date has been announced yet, with the project still in its early production stages. For fans, the excitement is huge. The butterfly tattoo on Ah Chong became a fan symbol, and there's even official merchandise like birthday editions and a themed calendar. But there are challenges ahead. The novel's gangster elements and dark edges may need to be softened to clear censors, and some readers have pointed out its similarities to other road trip BLs. Still, with such a strong audio drama fan base and international framing, City of Angels looks poised to be one of the boldest BL crossovers on the horizon. The fifth project on the list is To My Shore, a China-Thailand co-production adapted from Su Erliang's Danmei novel Four-Faced Buddha. The novel built its reputation on a strong pairing, a thousand-faced, crazy attacker and a clear-headed defender, full of jealousy, manipulation, and regret before eventual reconciliation. The story begins with a fender bender. Fan Xiao, a two-faced businessman, collides with Yu Shulang, a calm and rational doctor. In public, Fan Xiao acts like a gentleman, but in private he's dark, jealous, and destructive. He deliberately sabotages Yu Shulang's love life, but slowly, while entangled in schemes and grudges, he finds himself falling in love. What follows is a messy chase, betrayals, regret, and ultimately, a broken mirror reunion. Filming opened in Bangkok on June 8, 2025, and wrapped quickly on August 6 with a behind-the-scenes special. The leads are Yunqi as Fan Xiao and Hao Yiran as Yu Shulang, with Ko Weilong as Shi Lihua, Chen Jianyu as Lu Zhen, and a surprise cameo from Yuan Mingzhe, who voiced the original audio drama, now appearing on screen as Shui Baotian. The casting has sparked debate, with some praising the aura of a dark obsessive lead, and others describing the looks as unique. Still, the behind-the-scenes footage highlighted a Thai romance visual style, and the IP crossover cameo created plenty of buzz. No release date has been announced yet, but the series is expected to air by the end of 2025. Across all 5 projects, a clear pattern emerges. Every adaptation comes from an established Danmei novel, often with audio dramas that built up loyal fan bases first. The stories lean heavily into familiar BL tropes, broken mirror reunions, obsessive love, crime and survival, road trip longing, and strong pairings. On the production side, each project carefully frames itself as international or cross-border, China-Thailand co-productions, overseas distribution deals, or casting calls that highlight mixed heritage. It's the same strategy repeated again and again. Give audiences what they crave, but package it in a way that can slip past the tightening domestic restrictions. Taken together, these projects show just how far BL has come and how fragile its place still is. Fans are the backbone, keeping these stories alive through novels, audios, fan art, and meetups, and that loyal energy is exactly what producers are banking on. But the bigger picture is also clear. BL on screen in 2025 is no longer just about love stories. It's about navigating borders, dodging censors, and testing how far the genre can stretch while still staying visible. And that's the landscape of 5 BL adaptations on the horizon. From pawns and gangsters to city skylines and cross-border romances, each project shows how much the genre is shifting and how fragile it still feels. I hope this pause in the chaos makes you think, are we witnessing the start of a real BL resurgence, or just another wave that could break at any moment? Until next time, this is GPkP.